Hello, I am Dr. Vijay Bhandari, Associate Professor in CS Department, SIIT Bhopal. Let's start with software engineering, and the topic is test plan. Moving to first slide, test plan is a detailed document which describes software testing and areas activities. It outlines the test strategies, objectives, test schedules, required resources, for example, like human resources, HR, software, and hardware, and test estimations and test deliverables. So it is executing after the test plans, testings teams, and some recorders, some audience, right? So we executed the test plans after all the giving the strategies. The test plan is a base of every software testings. It is the most crucial activity which ensures availability of all the list of planned activities in an appropriate sequences. Basically, the test plan is a template for conducting software testing activities as a defined process that is fully monitored and controlled by the testing manager. The test plan is prepared by the test lead, that is the 60% of the activities, then test manager, that is also the few percentage of the activities, and by the test engineers, the 20% of the activities. So it is well tested, well planned. How do we test plans? We will go through next slide. The types of the test plan. There are three types of the test plan. That is a master test plan, phase test plan, and testing type specific test plans. So first here we go first master test plan. So master test plan is a type of test plan that has multiple levels of testing. It includes a complete test strategies. Secondly, we go through the phase test plan. A phase test plan is a type of test plan that addresses any one phases of the testing strategies. For example, a list of tools, a list of test cases, so on. Thirdly, we go through the specific test plans. It is designed for the major types of the testing like security testing, load testing, performance testing. In other words, a specific test plan designed for non-functional testing also. How we write the test plan? Like after the test plans, we write the test plans. What are the strategies we follow that we write in the test plans? So test plan components or attributes, the test plan consisting the various parts, which helps us to derive the entire testing activities. Like testing plan attributes are given in this figure. Like you can see here the objective, scopes, testing methodologies, approach, assumptions, what kind of the risk we will follow. We will facing the mitigation plan or contingency plans, role and responsibilities, what are the schedulings, what is the defect tracking, how we track the defect, how we test environment, and how the entry and exit criteria. After this, test automations, effort estimations, test deliverables, templates. So all the attributes that depends on the test plans, right? Now, I think it is understandable from your side, right? If you have any queries, so ask, please ask me in chat box, right? Okay, so now we will move to next slide. Objectives. So it consists of the informations about the modules, features, test data, so on, which indicates the aim of the applications, means the application's behavior, goal, and most of the goals are oriented from the test plans. The scope, how we prepare the scope, it contains information that needs to be tested with respective of an application. The scope can be further divided into two parts, like out scope and in scope. So in scope, these are the modules that need to be tested rigorously, but in out scope, these are the modules which need not to be tested rigorously. For example, suppose we have a Gmail applications to test where features to be tested, such as compose mail, sent items, inbox traps, and the features which not to be tested, such as help, so on, which means that in planning stages, we will decide that which functionalities has to be checked or not based on the time limit given in the product. Now, how we decide which features not to be tested? Like we have the following aspects where we can decide which features not to be tested. Like help features is not going to be tested. as it is written and developed by the technical writer and reviewed by another professional writer. So let us assume that we have one applications that have PQRS features, which need to be developed based on the requirements. But here the S features has already been designed and used by some other companies. Let's see in the next slide. I will go through some diagrams. So the development team will purchase S from the company and integrate with additional. So now we will not perform functional testings on the S features because it has already been used in real times. So, but we will do the integration testing and the system testing between PQRS features because the new features might not work correctly with S features. As we can see in the below image, this image, we can see here S is the separate features, right? And old features, PQR is new features. So we cannot add some S in this modules. Otherwise, it will affect some other components also. Now, suppose in the first release of the product, the elements that have been developed, such as PQ, RST, UVW, XYZ. So now the client will provide the requirements for the new features, which improves the product in the second release and the new features A1, B2, C3, D4, and A5. So after that, we will write the scope during the test plan. Scope features to be tested like A1, B2, C3, D4, E5, PQRST. Features not to be tested, WXYZ. So therefore, we will check the new features first and then continue with the old features because that might be affected after adding the new features, which means it will also affect the impact area. So we will do one round about the regression testing, PQRST. Thank you. If you have any doubt, so you can post your query in chat box. Thanks.